been Economists and investors have said recently you in the game.
Tombstone MLS 257849. Good mortgage companies and
offer a large selection of furnishings, gifts,
marine and farming equipment. Stop in today at Wasatch Auto Parts, 105 North.
Be the key in order to get Wasatch into the postseason. This is going to be a quick Dairy King pregame show. Pretty cool ceremony right here before Cedar Valley and Wasatch begins. They had some ceremonial first pitches of a player down here at Cedar Valley High School who is the all-time leading rusher at Cedar Valley High, and he wasn't able to play his senior year, was diagnosed with cancer, and was able to defeat that cancer recently, and they brought him out along with some siblings in order to throw out some ceremonial first pitches. So a pretty cool moment here at Cedar Valley. That's why we took a little bit of longer extended break there, and kind of a cool moment. But Ty, throw it over to you. What are some keys today for Wasatch to bounce back from the 8-4 loss yesterday to get a win down here at Cedar Valley today?
Ty, it's not a new formula. We spent quite a bit of time breaking down the numbers coming into this series, and Cedar Valley has been the tale of two seasons for the Aviators down here. Tyler, Cedar Valley started off the year 6-4 in the first 10 games. Then they lost their next 10 games in a row, Ty, and went 0-10 before finally picking up a win against Timpview 2 games ago in region play, and then coming up against Wasatch getting a win yesterday. So now they're back on a winning streak a little bit, Tyler. 2 wins. They've moved up to 8-14 now on the year. But this Cedar Valley team, it's really a numbers game, Tyler, you can break down. In wins, and how about this for yesterday's number? Cedar Valley had 9 hits, 6 walks, and 1 guy reaching base by way of error. So a grand total of how many runners, Tyler? You're a math guy. That's 16. And what I told you in the number 4 of the game for them yesterday is in wins, they're averaging 16 base runners between hits and walks, 9 hits and usually between 7 and 8 walks in a game, and that's exactly where they were. Wasatch, on the other hand, did not get up to their number. They usually win when they have 11 runners or more. Wasatch was only at 9 runners yesterday. So it's a simple formula. Wasatch pitching, Braxton Fowler, you got to be 4 walks or less and hold Cedar Valley, Ty, to 5 hits or less. That's where Cedar Valley has been when they lose games. This is a team you saw yesterday. When they get it going, they can put a lot of hits on the board in a row, scoring 7 runs, Tyler, in 1 inning yesterday. So for Wasatch, it's pretty simple. You got to be competitive there on the mound and not let these guys have base runners.
Those are your Dorius Dental keys to the game. Let Dr. Dorius and Dr. Proctor make your mouth smile. Learn more at DoriusDental.com. Time for the opening pitch, brought to you by Bank of Utah, who has accounts for everyone. Stop on into their friendly Heber branch at 620 West 100 South, and together they'll build relationships that last. Bank of Utah is an equal housing lender, member FDIC. It'll be the shortstop from yesterday, Pincock, on the mound for the Aviators. Leading it off for Wasatch will be Carter Bucad. 2-2 count here, 1-2 count, with Blake Sweat on deck and Riker Evans in the hole. Swung on and fouled off. Bucad stays alive, keeps the count at 1-2. Ty, go ahead and take us through the batting order today for Wasatch.
Well, for Wasatch, Bucad's going to be leading off, hitting .270 on the season. He'll be followed by Blake Sweat, who's up to .323 after a couple hits on the day yesterday. Riker Evans will be following behind in the 3-hole. Tyler, he's at .270 on the year as well. And then Crew Baxter will be cleaning it up for Wasatch. He's at .286 on the season. Hitting number 5 will be Grant Mahoney, who's at .358 on the year for Wasatch, and then Braxton Fowler at number 6, hitting .152 on the season. Kyron Stocking hitting 7, DHing. He's at .250 on the year with his average. Bridger Shaw is going to hit 8 at .172 on the season, and then Jacob Bradshaw rounding out the 9 spot, hitting .250 on the season.
A little good spot A moment of the game, Ty. Oftentimes as a young coach, you still look like a player, and the umpire was calling for Coach Stocking down there to put a helmet on because he thought he was a player. Well, the 1-2 is going to be roped down the third base side. Carter Bucad with a single. He's going to round first hard. He's going to try to get in for an early double. The throw, not in time, and Carter Bucad with a leadoff double, and Wasatch is in business here in the top of the first.
Well, I can't stress how important that at-bat was, Tyler. Your senior leadership, you need to step up when you need a big win, and Bucad could have easily settled for a single there, Tyler. That's a single most of the way, but he's busting his tail out of the box, and he's digging all the way for 2, and he's going to challenge it, Tyler, and by doing so, you put some pressure on Cedar Valley. The throw is off target. They're not able to handle it, and now Wasatch is in business. Leadoff guy on. Ty Pincock, watching him in warm-ups, I really like his stuff. He's got a pretty sharp breaking ball. Tried to go with it there 1-2 and just missed it. He left it up in the zone, and Boucard was able to capitalize and take advantage of it. I like Pincock a lot as a player. I thought he played a great shortstop yesterday for Cedar Valley, but Wasatch needs to capitalize on balls up in the zone like that.
He's going to bring up Blake Sweat. That early double, a nominee for our Good Spa Day play of the game. A Good Spa Day is your favorite hometown place to relax and unwind. They offer massage, skin care, nail care, and unique relaxing spa packages. Pick a Good Spa Day to be your spa. Blake Sweat, as you mentioned, tied 323 on the season, went 2 for 3 yesterday, and scored a run. First pitch of the at-bat is high above the belt for ball 1. 1-0 the count. 4 doubles, a home run, and 6 RBIs on the year as well for the junior. Has really hit the ball well over the last couple of series for Wasatch.
Ty, you mentioned the RPI in the pregame. If I can come back and visit that, Wasatch has fallen down to number 24 in the RPI, and frankly, hanging on by a thread. They're a half a percentage point up right now on Granger High School. West Jordan passed them yesterday, so it is do or die time. Wasatch has 3 games left, and they got to put wins on the board. Timpview is behind them at number 26, and so this is a very critical game for Wasatch. Cedar Valley up to 17 after the win against Wasatch yesterday.
Cedar Valley appears to be in the state tournament, so now just playing for the chance to just improve their seeding. This ball's going to be ripped right at the third baseman. He makes the play. Good base running, though, from Carter Boucard. He's able to scamper back to the bag and is safe. So Wasatch still with the runner on second, but a nice couple of barrels early on in this ballgame for Wasatch.
And it's a good sign, Tyler. Much more disciplined at bats for Wasatch already today than yesterday. Both those very different scenarios, right? A 1-2 off-speed count. Carter's able to stay poised, hit a mistake. Blake looking for a certain pitch on 2-0. Doesn't try to get too big. Ty, the wind is blowing straight in and blowing hard. If Wasatch tries to elevate the ball, they're going to be in trouble. Blake disciplined, line drive just right at a guy. But a good start and good discipline swings here for your Wasatch Wasps.
Brings up senior Riker Evans, 283, 1 for 3 yesterday and scored a run. 4 doubles, a home run, and 8 RBIs on the year. He'll take ball 1. 1-0 the count. That look into the RPI brought to you by the Gordon Law Group, your full-service local law firm practicing in all areas of the law. They take pride in saying, yeah, we do that. The 1-0. Swung on. It's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman. Boucard will move to third. Second baseman fields it cleanly, throws it across the diamond in time. New second baseman today is Sumner for Cedar Valley. The second baseman yesterday, Johnson, has moved over to short with Pincock on the mound. 2 away here in the top of the first.
It's a good productive out there from Riker. And Ty, obviously you'd like to avoid outs, but productive meaning he's moved Carter over to third. And now you've just got different scenarios at play that puts a little more pressure on the pitcher, Tyler. Throwing balls that have to be catchable, breaking pitch, you're maybe not as confident. A ball in the dirt that may get by will give up a run now.
Baxter 0 for 2 yesterday with a couple of Ks. Swing and a miss there on another off-speed pitch. Is hitting 286 as the sophomore. 2 doubles, a home run, and 8 RBIs. Got on third base. Wasatch looking to take the early lead here in the top of the first. The 0-1, another swing and a miss. 2 strikes now on Crew Baxter.
Ty, forgive me if you already brought this up a little bit, but Pincock, a junior here for Cedar Valley, 5.58 ERA on the season. So one of their better ones on the mound. He's ate up 26-plus innings and has 25 strikeouts on the year.
Ground ball's going to go just foul on the first base side, so Baxter will see another pitch. Keeps the count at no balls, 2 strikes. Looks like we got fastball, change-up I've seen, and then also slider curveball mix. There is the 3 pitches that we've seen so far from Pincock.
Yeah, and it's a good tumbling change-up, Tyler. It's got some good movement on it. And the breaking pitch is sharp. It's a tight breaking ball. And if Cedar Valley's scouted crew from yesterday, he's probably going to get one right here.
The 0-2. That one misses. No, they're going to ring him up. Looked like it was a little low and outside. In fact, the catcher was ready to throw it back to the pitcher. Instead, the umpire rings him up. That'll be strikeout number 1 for Pincock, and Wasatch is retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 1 is left on base. 0-0 going into the bottom of the first.
Big O Tires in Heber is your one-stop shop for tires and service. What was once Point S is now Big O Tires. Same service, but different name. We're locally owned and operated and want to help you get your vehicle ready to road trip this summer. Stop in for all your name brand tires, oil changes, alignments, brakes, batteries, shocks, struts, and a whole lot more. Plus, Big O Tires offers financing options to fit any budget or any situation. Visit us today. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Hey there, Heber City.
Are you tired of dings, dents, and scrapes ruining the beauty of your beloved vehicle? Look no further than Robarge Collision, the ultimate destination for all your auto body needs. At Robarge Collision, they've been offering top-notch collision repairs and outstanding customer service. Their team of expert technicians is passionate about bringing your car back to its original glory, no matter the size of damage. Their state-of-the-art facility is equipped with cutting-edge technology, ensuring precise and accurate repairs. They handle it all with precision and care.
This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Bottom of the first inning, brought to you by Heber Appliance, Furniture, and Mattress. When you're down to your final out and your fridge goes out, don't let your drop the ball be a touch ball, Tyler. I've lost my, lost my place here on the page here, Tyler. Now you're going to give me a hard time because I gave you a hard time over this. So let's retry this one more time. When you're down to your final out and your fridge goes out, turn your drop the ball into a touch them all at Heber Appliance. That's a little different than what I was saying over there.
Yeah, you don't want to let that touch ball turn into a drop the ball.
I encourage you to increase your at-home satisfaction here with Heber Appliance, Furniture, and Mattress. And pardon my mistake there, Tyler.
Here's what this is like I'm a weather guy, Ty. So we're on one side of Utah County, and Wasatch is on the other side, right? So it's blowing in over at Wasatch, and it's blowing in here. So is it just blowing out everywhere else in Utah County?
I don't know, but don't you feel like I feel like this answers a question I had yesterday about the Cedar Valley team. They only had one home run on the season, Ty, and kind of thought that didn't fit this team. They have a little pop in this lineup. Well, if this weather is any indication of what it's like every day here, you're not getting any balls out of here because the wind's blowing in hard from center field.
A hitter's friendly ballpark too, Ty. Only 315 down the lines. That one's a foul ball after his called strike one. So 0-2 the count here to Johnson, the leadoff guy. 0 for 4 yesterday, hitting .290 coming into the series with 11 RBIs. Good contact guy, though, however. Braxton Fowler on the mound for Wasatch. And how about that? He elevates the fastball for strike three. First Wasatch physical therapy strikeout of the game.
Good zip there from Fowler on that fastball, Tyler. Braxton, his 18th strikeout on the year. 24.2 innings pitched. Just over 5 on the ERA for the freshman here for Wasatch.
It's going to bring up the center fielder, Bride. 1 for 3 yesterday with an RBI and a run scored. Swings in the first pitch. Fouls that one off down the third base side for strike one. Feel like it's the next appliance, Ty, that you're going to be calling Heber Appliance when you have a little drop the ball coming. Another strike there for an 0-2 count.
Well, Ty, it's a neck and neck in the horse race between my dishwasher and the fridge.
Mine's
which one's going to go out first? It's pretty close.
0-2, check swing, ground ball to the third baseman. Mahoney fields it cleanly, throws it in the dirt. Riker Evans can't come up with it. It's going to bounce to the fence. It's a deep fence, foul territory. Runner's going to go from first to second on the air. And there's a runner on second base with one out for Cedar Valley.
Ty, shouldn't be an excuse, but I'm going to make a little excuse here. Wasatch is used to playing on turf, and those picks over at first base are much easier on turf than on a field that's got a little turbulence in the grass here, Tyler, and the field.
Christensen does a good job of smothering that ball in the dirt. Moves count to 1-1 with the runner on second.
Talking appliance, Tyler, I may need to give him a call over there at Heber Appliance Furniture and Mattress. My fridge for about
Rich and
Tyler
by Mirror Lake Station was a quick one. That's going to bring up now the pitcher, Pincock. 1 for 4 yesterday with the run.
Bounce their way this year.
Swing and a miss for strike one here to the pitcher, Pincock. Runner's going to leave early. Fowler steps off the mound, has to get rid of it quick, and Johnson is out at second base. He thought he had Fowler timed up, and instead Fowler able to pick off still. Johnson nearly got in. Good speed from the catcher, Johnson, but Wasatch is able to get the second out on the early lead.
Well, you're exactly right, Tyler. And Johnson, I talked about, he's the best player here on Cedar Valley, and he does a lot of little things. Looked like he thought he had Braxton timed up and was trying to get a little overly aggressive and get a jump. But one thing Braxton does very well as a freshman is he just doesn't panic, Tyler, almost too much. You talked about how Johnson nearly got there because Braxton was just poised, turned, and fired a strike over to their second base just in time.
That one in at the belt for strike two. Is it 1-2 or 2-2, Ty? Did I miss a pitch?
I had 1-2.
I think it's 1-2. 1-2 the count here. Fowler back working out of the windup. The 1-2 goes to the off speed. This one's a lazy fly ball to the first baseman. Evans settles underneath it, makes the grab in foul territory, and the inning is retired. 1 run comes in on no hits, 2 errors in the inning, and nobody left on base. It's 1-0 as we move to the second.
Chad here from Mountain West Trailers. Celebrating 20 years in business, we know you value strength and reliability. Whether it's for work or play, our dump and equipment trailers are built to last. Enclosed cargo trailers for business and fun, or open utility trailers for everything in between. With expert sales, parts, and service, we've got you covered. Mountain West Trailers is always right behind you. Visit us at mountainwesttrailer.com or stop by at 1470 South Highway 40 here in Heber.
Unlock your potential at Bonnie Joseph Academy here in Heber. Explore the art of barbering, basic aesthetic, cosmetology, master aesthetic, and nail technician programs. Visit bonniejosephacademy.edu to enroll today. Financial aid is available for qualifying students, and we offer flexible distant education options. Transform your passion into a rewarding career with Bonnie Joseph Academy, where beauty meets expertise.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. KTMP Heber City and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Top of the second inning and time for my redemption. Tyler, after butchering that last reader in the last inning, going to give this one a better shot here with Wasatch Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, who is your rehabilitation specialist dedicated to your total recovery from all injuries. Let Dan Ivey and his team get you back to 100%. And today's sponsor of our second inning here as Wasatch takes on Cedar Valley High School.
It'll be 5-6-7 up. Grant Mahoney, Braxton Fowler, and Kyron Stocking. And Ty, I need to give a shout out to Kyron Stocking's older brother Chandler. Was just announced today that he has been awarded, I want to make sure I get this right, he has been awarded the Cascade Conference Gold Glove Award for the shortstop. So the best defensive shortstop in the Cascade Conference, given to former Wasatch High School shortstop Chandler Stocking. Want to congratulate a Wasp on campus in Chandler Stocking. Grant Mahoney comes up 358 on the year, was 0 for 2 yesterday, did have a sacrifice fly RBI, and he'll take strike 1. The 0-1, that one misses everything, comes back to us at the backstop. 1-1, now the count.
It's a generous strike zone so far for this home plate umpire, Tyler. Got a good view behind home plate today from where we're broadcasting. He's given a few inches off the plate and down, as you already talked about.
Swung on and fouled off.
That's that curveball that I like here from Pincock early on, Tyler. Feel like he's doing a really good job.
You want to turn it off? Sorry. Swing and a miss for strike 3 as Grant Mahoney gets a piece of it, but it goes right back into the dugout. Right into the glove. Sorry, we're having some internet issues. It might just be that we're in the middle of nowhere, and maybe Verizon hasn't gotten all the way out here yet. We're going to go ahead and play with that. I'm going to continue to call it for our video broadcast. But right now, struggling a little bit on the internet side of things. We'll see if we can get that done quickly. Strikeout number 2 for Pincock on the mound. Brings up Braxton Fowler, 1 for 3 yesterday, scored and had an RBI. Has scored now in 3 straight games for Wasatch, going back to the Maple Mountain Series. Trying to help himself out on the mound, trailing 1-0 after Cedar Valley was able to score a couple of runs on a couple of errors. That one misses low and away for ball 2. 2-0 now the count. On deck is Kyron Stocking, 2 for 3 yesterday with 2 RBIs, was the junior Stocking. 2-0, Pincock into the windup, delivers. That one gets the inside corner for strike 1. The 2-1 count goes to the off speed. That one misses outside. Ball 3. 3-1 now the count to the freshman Fowler. Wasatch left Bukaj stranded after a leadoff double in the first inning. The 3-1. And that one above the belt for ball 4, and Wasatch has their first base runner here in the top of the second. First base on balls we've had today comes in the top of the second. It's going to bring up Kyron Stocking again, 2 for 3 yesterday. Had a 2 RBI single in his last at bat. I think Wasatch is going to speed up for Fowler, who's on the mound. And it's going to be Zach Burdett who will be speed up running here for the Wasatch Wasps. One away, good speed at first base. Wasatch trailing 1-0. Pincock will go back to working out of the stretch. Good lead from Burdett at first base. Pincock takes a long look, now comes back ready to go. Pincock sets, takes a long look again at Burdett, takes another long look, and finally Stocking says, let's go ahead and take a break, and we'll reset. Both yesterday for Cedar Valley loved to throw over to first base. Multiple pickoff moves. Had a good pickoff move as well. Haven't seen a pickoff move yet from Pincock. Another good lead here from Burdett. The pitch. No action. Stocking swings at one. A little bit low in the zone. 4 strike 1. Fouls it off. No balls, 1 strike. Stocking back in the box. DHing today for the catcher, Garrett Christensen. Another long look, and now Pincock will come set. Couple long looks. There's the pickoff move. Not in time. Burdett able to get back quite easily. Probably should be able to take another half step there at first. Double play depth. Pretty shallow play there from the shortstop and second baseman. 0-1 to count. Pincock delivers. That one misses low and outside. Ball 2. Or certainly ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Burdett takes his lead over at first base. Pincock comes set. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Runner goes. It's a hit and run. This one's going to be elevated in foul territory. Should be an easy play for the third baseman. Oh, he drops it in front of the dugout. So Wasatch gets new life on the hit and run. And so 1 ball, 2 strikes. Went with the curveball on the hit and run, and Stocking just a little bit out in front of it. Got underneath it and elevated it to third base. To the third base dugout. Third baseman had it in his glove, pops out. See if Wasatch can take advantage of the mistake. It's a 1-2 count. Burdett takes back his lead at first base. Pincock, another long look before he comes set. Now comes set. Another pickoff move. Not in time. And we'll reset with the 1-2. One-two count. Pincock comes set. Takes a couple of looks and will deliver. It's an off speed in the dirt. Stocking does a good job of laying off. Moves the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck is Bridger Shaw, the second baseman today. 2 balls, 2 strikes here for Stocking. The pitch. Swung on, fouled off. Stocking with a good at bat here, battling despite having 2 strikes on him. Takes a peek down at Coach Jacobson for some signs, and we're back at it. It's a slide step delivery here for Pincock. He's done a good job controlling the base pass so far. The 2-2. Runner does not go. Swung on. It's elevated to the shortstop. Shortstop makes the play. He's going to try to double up Burdett at first base. Burdett able to get back and a little bit off the end of the bat, and it's a line out to the shortstop for the second out of the inning.
Bridge had a really good swing here, Tyler, at the end of the game yesterday. 2 strikes on him. Barreled one up to left field that definitely would have had potential to get out of a park this short. Only 315 down the left field line. Let's see if he can keep that bat going in that direction.
Off-speed pitch in there for a strike. Went with the curveball. It's in there. Yesterday, 0 for 2. Is now hitting 176 on the year. Does have 1 triple and 7 RBIs. Hancock is still working out of the stretch with the runner on first base. The 0-1 count. See if Burdett goes in motion at all during this at-bat. Another slide step delivery. Swung on, fouled straight back for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. On deck is Jacob Bradshaw, the number 9 hitter here for Wasatch. Wasatch trying to tie this thing up, trailing 1-0. The 0-2. Runner does go. It's a pitch outside. The throw down to second is in time, but not handled by the shortstop, and Burdett's able to steal second base. Gravity Coalition stolen base puts a guy in scoring position for Wasatch. Second straight inning, Wasatch with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, and Ty, you know, we've talked about this many times. 2-out hits is how you win ball games. Runners in scoring position, 2 outs. This is where you got to step up.
Bridger calls time. Will step out with the 1-2 count.
To give credit and tip a cap over to Cedar Valley, Tyler, that's where they did their damage yesterday. If you remember, all their runs in that big inning coming with 2 outs, 7 2-out runs for Cedar Valley.
The 1-2 goes to the off speed. Bridger lays off of it. Moves the count to 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 away. Good quick release from Johnson on that throw down, just a little bit short in the shortstop. It kind of brought the shortstop towards the base runner, not able to hold on to it, and Burdett's able to swipe it back. 2-2, runner on second base, the pitch. Swung on a little bit ahead of it right now. Wasatch seems to be ahead of most of these pitches here from Pincock. And that's another foul ball. Keeps the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Ty, with the wind blowing in as hard as it is, the outfield is playing really shallow. You look out to right field, it's almost like they're playing with 5 infielders at this point. In fact, Ty, when you were playing second base, didn't Dixie High School have a kid that got drafted that you ended up playing pretty much shallow right field every time he came up?
It was that.
I think you were about the same position that he was in over there, that right fielder.
And in fact, I got a ground ball and was able to throw him out of, I mean, he hit the ball so hard. Got a ground ball, was able to throw him out at first base. The 2-2 misses outside, fills up the count at full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Good competitive at bat so far here from Wasatch. Seems like a little bit different here in the box for Wasatch in the game today versus yesterday. Shaw, the right-hander, back into the box on the right-hand side.
No, we've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
Are you ready for lunch? Well, the Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best foods with friends and family in the Valley and have been the winner of Best of State for 19 years. They've recently been named the official Best of Utah for their milkshakes. You've got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot, or you can try a turkey breast sandwich that tickles the taste buds. They've proudly been serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. That's the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. Stop in today.
Attention all sideliners. Economists and investors have said recently, if you are saving money and waiting to buy, I'd reconsider even at current interest rates. Reports have shown that the masses move or not move based on the behavior of interest rates. This is sidelining in our current environment. With most people using this information as their playbook, it leaves everyone doing the same thing at the same time, resulting in a basic but serious future crisis of supply and demand. So, come see me at Guild Mortgage and let's put you in the game.
Tombstone MLS 257849. Guild Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. KTMP Heber City and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Bottom of the second inning at Cedar Valley High School. Wasatch taking on Cedar Valley and trailing 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Brought to you by Gravity Coalition, who offers the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. Personalized service, sales, and repair for the gear you love. Gravity Coalition in Midway, Utah, or gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop.
It'll be 5-6-7 up for the Aviators here in the bottom of the second, leading 1-0. Severt, Blodgett, Mortensen. Severt now 1-2 on his count. Took strike one, took ball one, and then fouled off a pitch there. 268 on the coming into the series. 10 RBIs, 1 for 2 yesterday with the run scored, playing left field. Nice pitch here on the inside. He's going to turn on it. It's elevated to left field. Bradshaw settles underneath it, makes the easy grab for out number 1.
Fly balls are where hits are going to go to die today, Tyler. We've already talked about it. I'm sure you can hear the wind blowing in incredibly strong from center. You look out at the American flag that's blowing in, Tyler. It is gusting straight into the face of the hitters.
He's going to bring up Blodgett, 264. Is second on the team with 17 RBIs. Was 1 for 4 yesterday with an RBI and a run scored. This ball is going to be elevated foul down the right side. Wasatch will reset. 0-1 the count to the first baseman, Blodgett. Give a shout out to one of our sponsors, Thai Country Gardens and Nursery. My wife just ran over there today, and I'm a little bit nervous. Her exact quote was, "This place is awesome, and I'm wondering how much she's going to spend by the time I get home."
I hope you're good with the shovel, Tyler.
The 0-1.
Have to dig some holes to plant some of those beautiful trees that they have over there.
Fouled off. 0-2 now the count. Says it's Mother's Day coming up, so that's the excuse that she can go ahead and just spend what she would like over there at Country Gardens and Nursery. The 0-2, frozen with the fastball. That's strikeout number 2, brought to you by Wasatch Physical Therapy. And there's 2 away here at Cedar Valley.
Braxton has a nice little movement, Tyler, coming back with that fastball today. It's backing up towards the hitter. Nice little two-seam action. So that one started just a hair off the plate and then was able to come back on the hitter. A lot of hitters just aren't used to that type of movement with the fastball. We were talking about Greg Maddux on the way down, Tyler. It's kind of why he was so effective, right? He was not in the 90s, but a Hall of Famer because he could just move all kinds of different pitches.
This ball is elevated to left center field. It's going to get all the way to the fence. Blake Sweat bobbles it, and Mortensen is going to have a 2-out double. The third baseman is now 3 for 5 in the series with an RBI and a run scored. First hit of the day for Cedar Valley, able to score 2 runs in the bottom of the first thanks to a couple of errors from Wasatch. It's going to bring up Worthen. Worthen coming into the series, the designated hitter. 222, was 1 for 2 in game 1 with an RBI and a run scored. And he'll take ball 1. 1-0 the count with a runner in scoring position. On deck is the second baseman, Sumner. Was not in the lineup yesterday for the Aviators. A couple of looks here from Fowler at second base. Delivers the 1-0, misses again, and that'll move the count to 2-0. Really the first barrel of the day for Cedar Valley there. They got to the left center field gap. Blake Sweat not able to run it down. And Cedar Valley threatening again here in the bottom of the second. 2-0, Fowler sets, takes a look, delivers. That one's a fastball, swung on and fouled into the football field behind us. Moves the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. On the count. Fowler comes set once again, takes 1 look, 2 looks this time, make it 3, and delivers. This one's elevated to that left center field gap again. This one a little bit higher. Blake Sweat goes underneath it, and Jacob Bradshaw says, "Nope, I'll take it from you," and he'll make the grab, and Wasatch gets out of the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner is left on base. It's 0-1 going into the third.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks. Our locally owned Ace stores are committed to helping our neighbors and our communities. And because we're in the neighborhood, we can deliver almost anything you need. So shop in store or online for whatever your home or yard needs. Choose from top brands like Milwaukee, Steel, Traeger, and Benjamin Moore. Then pick up in-store, curbside, or we'll deliver your order right to your home. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know how to help. See acehardware.com for details.
Big O Tires in Heber is your one-stop shop for tires and service. What was once Point S is now Big O Tires. Same service, but different name. We're locally owned and operated and want to help you get your vehicle ready to road trip this summer. Stop in for all your name brand tires, oil changes, alignments, brakes, batteries, shocks, struts, and a whole lot more. Plus, Big O Tires offers financing options to fit any budget or any situation. Visit us today. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. KTMP Heber City and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Do you sometimes feel dizzy or unstable? If so, Physical at the Fit Stop has good news. Falls are preventable. Call Physical at 435-654-5607 for a free fall risk assessment. Let's see how you can improve balance and regain your freedom. That's Physical at the Fit Stop.
9-1-2 up for Wasatch here in the top of the third, trailing 1-0. Bradshaw's going to go ahead, lay down the bunt. It's a good one. Pincock bounces over, but he's not going to be near in time, and an infield single on the drag bunt from Jacob Bradshaw, and Wasatch has the leadoff guy on.
Nobody's ever going to have a chance to get Bradshaw out on that ball, Tyler. That was perfect. It just died right between third base and the pitcher's mound, right by the third base line. Pitcher hustled over, fielded it clean, and still Bradshaw was way past the bag before that ball could get down there.
Well,
just a perfect bunt.
They put the shift on as well, so the third baseman's playing more in the 5-6 hole instead of at his normal spot. Just a great execution there from Bradshaw. Let's see if Wasatch can take advantage. They've had runners on base in each of the first 2 innings, but have not been able to get the big hit to bring him in. Bradshaw, good lead over at first base. Bucad's going to square. Back pick to first base, not in time. And that pitch was low and away for ball 1. So 1-0 the count. Bucad back up to the top of the order, doubled down the left field line in his first at bat. Blake Sweat on deck.
Yeah, it's an interesting spot here, Tyler. Bucad had a good barrel, but at the same time, you want to play the small ball game and try to keep this one. Ty is about 10 feet in as well. Lots of space. See if you can get that.
Wasatch down to their final 3 games of the year. They'll play Cedar Valley today, and then Monday, Tuesday, a 2-game series with the Timpview T-Birds. Timpview currently on the outside looking into the state tournament. Wasatch in that final spot. It's where they came in last year at number 24 and then had a great 3-game series. Ultimately ended up losing in the final inning to Stansbury, but nearly came up with the upset. 2-1 the count, 2 away. The pitch. That one misses as well. 3-1 now the count.
Yeah, Ty, on the RPI conversation, West Jordan just moved in front of Wasatch yesterday up to number 23, 41.4 percentage. Wasatch now at 24 at 40.
And so back-to-back Ks ends the inning. Now 4 Ks on the game for Pincock, but Wasatch does produce 1 run on
Sports.
Hi, this is Kendall Crittenden, Wasatch County Council member and a member of the Caring Community Coalition. Did you know that kids are at a greater risk of experimenting with alcohol and drugs between the hours of 3 and 6 p.m.? Many parents are still at work this time of day.
One to one as we head to the bottom of the third inning at Cedar Valley High School. Third inning action brought to you by
today. The 2-1, another fastball in there for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. To the left center field gap. They're not getting to that one. A leadoff single here. Third inning with single.
Doesn't have any recorded stats at the plate that I can find.
Bears got him to chase that one in his first at bat. Johnson learns, lays that one off. So 1-2 now the count. Ballers had good command today. Working out of the stretch here. There's nobody out. Pickoff move, not in time. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Making an appearance. 2-0, great pitcher at Utah Valley University. Remind our listeners, Ty, what records he held when he graduated.
back in the early 2000s. Oh, I had to go to UVU. I was committing to play down there.
Ground ball at the end of the bat goes to Evans, and Wasatch gets the final out of the inning. Yeah, none of us knew, and we were kind of giving him a hard time. Didn't hold a signing day or anything like that.
Very humble, very quiet.
So I'm going to go to
quiet guy.
No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner's left on base. 1-1 as we go into the 4th.
Attention painters and homeowners. Premium Kelly-Moore paint is now available at your neighborhood Wasatch Back Paint and Floor. That's right, Wasatch Back Paint and Floor is the official authorized Kelly-Moore Paints outlet. You can now get premium Kelly-Moore paints at your Heber Wasatch Back Paint and Floor. You'll love their high-quality, long-lasting finishes for any home paint project. So if you're painting a single room, refreshing your front door...
I'm Walker Kessler, and I play basketball for a living. So I know how important it is to have the support of a team you can trust. That's why I love UCCU. UCCU is more than a credit union. They're a true financial partner, a local team of experts your entire family can trust at every step of your financial journey. Just visit uccu.com and elevate your banking experience.
Unlock your potential at Bonnie Joseph Academy here in Heber. Explore the art of barbering, basic aesthetic, cosmetology, master aesthetic, and nail technician programs. Visit bonniejosephacademy.edu to enroll today. Financial aid is available for qualifying students, and we offer flexible distant education options. Transform your passion into a rewarding career with Bonnie Joseph Academy, where beauty meets expertise.
Welcome back to Wasatch High School baseball, taking on Cedar Valley. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Top of the 4th inning action brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. Personalized service, care. When you were in high school, to let us know that you were actually going to Utah Valley University. So not one to put the headset on, not one to give the attention, but thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Tyler Moss forced this upon me, so hopefully it doesn't turn out too terribly.
No, it's going to be great. Ground ball to the third baseman. He's going to throw it across the diamond for the first out of the inning. And you live down here close, right? You're down here in the is it this area? Or Eagle? I don't even know what these ones are called. This seems like Mars out here to me.
Yeah, I am technically in Eagle Mountain, but I'm not out in the Mars section. I'm closer to Westlake, but.
Haven't been to a game in a while, right? This is this is like Mars, so I don't blame you for not being to a Wasatch baseball game.
Yes.
0-1 pitch is going to be swung on. A high fly ball to left field. Left fielder is going to settle on. Tyler took Jackson.
Big deal.
We were talking on the way down.
Big deal.
We were talking on the way down. I was like the Little League All-Star pitcher in Kelton. If I go to a break, that Ryan's not going to have me on the headset.
I almost had these off.
That were fun to pitch against, that are now maybe in the pros, or just kind of those guys that kind of stand out in your mind when you were at Utah Valley?
For sure, yeah. There was a few. One of the first one that probably comes to mind is University of Utah had C.J. Crone.
Yeah.
Who scouts listening here, I got some good news for you. The chest-high hanging slider. Yeah. And it's a tough one. They see that slider spin and they expect. Sometimes there was, super glue. You need that reinforcement on the nails. Michael Lorenzen from Cal State Fullerton. I quickly learned though that
builder,
and then the
and throw gas, right? I mean, maybe not starting, but you come in and close out a game or relief pitch or something like that.
Especially if they ever decrease
play. If you were to name like Hall of Fame starting pitchers, Kershaw, Max Scherzer, but Verlander, but those are all oldies, right?
Yeah.
Can you name an up-and-coming starter that's going 7-8 innings that's going to have the numbers to make it? It's an interesting thing because you don't have many come to mind.
Yeah, it seems like 5-6 innings is about the limit these days. You're going to put me on the spot, guy.
Well, we couldn't come up with one. So if you come up with one, you're going to sound smarter than me and Ty. So,
well, I'll have to go with the Braves since they're the best team, but they have a few guys. Max Fried, who's
right.
Spencer Strider injured, but Strider is, I don't know, I kind of like him, hard throwing righty with good sliders. So I'd say him.
Right. Ground ball is going to get through the 5-6 hole for the second hit of the inning. So now runners on first and second. Mortensen, the third baseman, had a double over the center fielder's head in his last at bat, and he's now up 2-0 in the count. Wasatch trying to hold on to the 1-1 tie. Lost 8-4 yesterday to the Cedar Valley team. Aviators. How do you like the Aviators?
I actually think I like it.
It's growing on me, too.
I wasn't sure at first, but, yeah, we drive by here frequently, and, I kind of see Aviators. I'm like, you know what, I like that. It's not common.
No, we kind of feel cheated because we feel like that'd be a good name for the new Heber school, or the new Wasatch County school. You got the airport there.
This is true.
How do you like Mountaineers? That's right. Your one-stop shop for gas, groceries, and goodies. Best in-state donuts. Again, this is Mars, and so Mortensen. 3-2, one away.
I had no idea that was an option.
Another payoff pitch, goes back to the fastball, elevated to center field. Blake Sweat's going to have a chance here. The pickup ball is caught, the throw. Down at Utah Valley. Was that a thing at all? Or, I mean, you played with a lot of those guys down in Utah County.
Yeah, there wasn't too much. It was more just like the freshmen. Because when I came in there, we were kind of a big freshman class. A lot of local. Billy Burgess out of Lone Peak. Goose Kalunky out of, I think.
3A, buddy.
Yeah.
On second base. Long pause here from Fowler. The payoff pitch.
Does
he get the outside corner? No, too far outside. That is the first walk of the game for Fowler, and that puts runners on first and second.
A lot of them have different approaches. In high school, we had Clint Kelson. He would usually make sure to tell you that you weren't doing a good job.
Yeah.
In a very
nice way.
In a very nice way. He'd just, spit the truth to you. In college, it was usually pretty silent. Come out and just ask what was going on and turn around and walk right back. It was more
in case you forgot, right? In case you forgot you were on the mound
exactly,
pitching. Just make sure you knew that you were where you're supposed to be.
Yep. Usually it was he was only going out there because you were going out. You had to wait for the guy to warm up, so he was just buying time. He didn't really want to talk to you.
Always the pitching coach that came out. Did you ever have the manager come out? Nice curveball in there for strike one to Sumner.
Yeah, whenever they came out, you knew you were. He kind of yelled at me, the head coach my freshman year.
Did he say he wasted a scholarship on you? Did you ever give anything like that? Like, can't believe we wasted a scholarship on you.
They didn't pull that on me, so I'm glad. He just kind of yelled at me, asked me what on earth I was doing, and then asked for the ball. And
Did you ever get tempted to be like, Coach, we're playing baseball? Like, what do you mean? What are we doing? Never like that.
I never talked back. I was a pretty quiet kid, in high school and college. So
No balls, 2 strikes. Runners on first and second. 1-2 the count, the pitch. And
there it is.
Ooh, geez, ring him up. That's another nice pitch just below the knees. He just called that one on the previous guy. 2-2 now the count. You a fan of the throwaway pitch?
No, I hated it. It was my pitching coach in college joked that I led the nation in giving up 0-2 hits.
At Bonnie Joseph Academy here in Heber. Explore the art of barbering, basic aesthetic, cosmetology, master aesthetic, and nail technician programs. Visit bonniejosephacademy.edu to enroll today. Financial aid is available for qualifying students, and we offer flexible distant education options. Transform your passion into a rewarding career with Bonnie Joseph Academy, where beauty meets expertise.
Hey there, Heber City. Are you tired of dings, dents, and scrapes ruining the beauty of your beloved vehicle? Look no further than Robarge Collision, the ultimate destination for all your auto body needs. At Robarge Collision, they've been offering top-notch collision repairs and outstanding customer service. Their team of expert technicians is passionate about bringing your car back to its original glory, no matter the size of damage. Their state-of-the-art facility is equipped with cutting-edge technology, ensuring precise and accurate repairs. They handle it all with precision and care.
Trailer.com or stop by at 1470 South Highway 40 here in Heber.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. KTMP Heber City and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Top of the 5th inning here at Cedar Valley High School. Brought to you by Physical at the Fit Stop. Do you sometimes feel dizzy or unstable? If so, Physical at the Fit Stop has good news. Falls are preventable. Call Physical at 435-654-5607 for a free fall risk assessment. Let's see how you can improve balance and regain your freedom.
Be Kyron Stocking to lead it off here in the top of the 5th. Wasatch trailing 2-1. Lined out to the shortstop in his first at bat. Bunt attempt there. He now falls behind 0-2. Wasatch giving up a run there in the bottom of the 4th, trying to stay in this thing. Swings at this one. It's a line drive to the first baseman. First baseman makes the play for the first out of the inning. It's now 8 straight retired, going back to the 3rd inning. We were just discussing throwaway pitches, Ty, and we were just sharing to me and you didn't believe in the throwaway pitches. And Ryan said, well, his coach said that he was led the nation in 2-strike hits because he wouldn't throw away a pitch with 2 strikes.
Well, Ryan, he had to throw about 1,000 innings when he pitched in high school too, didn't he? There weren't pitch count rules, so he didn't have pitches to waste, Ty. So that makes a lot of sense over here. What do you think about the pitch count rules, Ryan? I mean, you had games where you had to have thrown like 200 pitches, like Nolan Ryan style.
You know, it's probably a good thing. I think it's probably a good thing. I'm glad I didn't have it. But,
me too.
You know,
we are too.
It made things probably a whole lot easier for coaches. But I knew every Tuesday or whatever it was I was pitching, and maybe later on in the week I'd throw a few more innings.
May close the next game now as well. 2 on the count. It is Bridger Shaw who's up now. He's going to lay off that one, make it 3-1 the count.
Do you have memories, Ryan, of throwing in high school like that where, like the semifinal, for example, you threw 7 innings, 6 runs. It had to be over 160 pitches, and then came back a day later to start against Dixie in the semifinal match again, that repeat. And you ever?
Five.
Well, that's what I was going to say. As I remember pretty vividly catching for Ryan in that semifinal game against Dixie, and there have been a lot of talk around the state about this Ryan Chadwick that had committed at UVU, and Ryan's on the mound having thrown about 200 pitches, a couple days before, and there were some Dixie fans in the back. They were like, this is the Chadwick kid? Like, because he's sitting in the mid-80s.
Very unimpressive.
I think your dad went and had a word with him, if I remember right. He went over behind, and I got a privilege to hear all of that as the catcher over there next to him. He had a little piece of his mind to share with him.
Jacob Bradshaw singled on a drag bunt. The third baseman playing up on the grass. 1 away. Runner on first base is Shaw with the top of the order on deck. Hancock sets, delivers. That one gets the inside corner for strike 1. 1-1 the count.
That was the funny thing back then. There wasn't video recordings of every game, and so sometimes you had one chance to make an impression. If people saw you once and it was terrible, that was their perception of you. For better or worse,
I wonder how different, and you probably have a little more insight on this, because like recruiting, we talked a little bit about your recruiting, how strange that was. They couldn't get anyone to come up to Heber City, right? And now the recruiting's done pretty much all on social media. And I mean, how different do you think your experience would have been recruiting? Did you always want to stay in Utah, or would you have been open to going somewhere else had you been able to get that profile out there a little more?
Oh, yeah. I mean, at the time in high school, I would have gone anywhere they would have taken me. So if it was a big school that came, I definitely probably would have left, But, it worked out great. I'm glad I, happened to work out at UVU, and it was a great time down there. And it was close, You realize later, maybe I don't want to be, multiple states away from friends and family. So it's, lucky if you can stay nearby, but if there's opportunities outside of, the state, go pursue those as well.
The 2-2 pitch is elevated to left field. Cedar will make the grab for the second out of the inning. So Wasatch still with a runner on first base as we move to the top of the order. Bukad doubled and grounded out to the shortstop in his 2 at-bats.
Got to find a way to get Bridger over to second base here, Tyler. With the wind we've talked about blowing in, this is going to be hard to get an extra base hit. Although Carter did have a double down the line to start the game, but even that ball would be hard scoring first to home. So Bridger needs to be reading dirt balls. Tyler, look for an opportunity to get a good lead, a good read, and a good jump here. Get him in scoring position early in this at-bat.
Long pause. Pinkog delivers. This one's going to be roped to left field.
Go, go, go.
And he gets by him. Bridger Shaw is going to round third. He's going to try to score on the ball that got over this left fielder's head. The throw's not going to be in time. And how about a 2-out RBI triple from Carter Bukad? Now 2 for 3 on the day with a couple of extra base hits.
I heard you, Tyler, saying it'd be a little bit difficult to get an extra base hit.
I'm glad you say it, Ryan. Can I take credit for that? that right on cue, the broadcaster's jinx. He ropes a missile there to the fence. And a good barrel tight. And that's finally a ball that bounces in. Because that's a ball, frankly, if the left fielder plays it better, that can be caught. And probably a ball that should be caught. But I think he's thinking the wind's going to knock it down. And we've talked about all year, Wasatch has had a hard time getting breaks go their way. Well, there's a break. Carter gets a good barrel on it, finds some gap out there, and now we're tied back up 2-2.
Blake Sweat now up. He grounded, lined out to the third baseman on a good barrel and struck out swinging his last at bat. Takes strike 1. 0-1 the count. Wasatch 2, Cedar Valley 2 here in the top of the 5th. This one's going to be a ground ball and another single up the middle for Blake Sweat that brings in a run, and Wasatch has their first lead of the series on back-to-back hits with 2 outs.
Good, Tyler. And we've talked about it all year. 2-out knocks. You need 2-out knocks. You need guys in scoring position to be able to deliver with runners in scoring position. And right there, you get a couple back-to-back hits, and now just like that, you're up 3-2 late in the game. Good momentum here on your side. So you can get a few more across. This was the inning yesterday that Cedar Valley abused Wasatch. 7 runs on the board, Tyler, I believe in the 5th from Cedar Valley. It might have been the 4th if I'm getting that confused. But here late, see if Wasatch can return the favor.
Third time through the lineup now, seeing Pinkog. Hopefully Wasatch on the barrel a little bit more on time. Riker Evans comes in 0 for 2, grounded out to the shortstop and struck out as well. Now 1 for 5 in the series. Did score a run in game 1 of the series. Sweat, not a big lead over at first base. Pinkog sets, delivers. Fastball in there for strike 1. I think another change to the game since we played is the chants, the cheers. Chatty, I'm curious what your thoughts are on the, read them like a book and the chants, and you get a double and you got to do something on second base for the celebration. What are your thoughts on that? Big swing and a miss for strike 2.
I mean, I don't want to sound like the old grumpy guy, get off my porch, but it's different, It is fun, Well, I will say that. It is fun, As a pitcher, if you see that, might rally you up a little bit. Some balls might end up and in on a few guys, but
that's the real question. How many guys do you figure you intentionally hit in your career?
0-2. This one's going to be roped foul.
There's a few. I remember 2 vividly. One of them was against American Fork. It was probably in the summer, and Tyler Moss.
I remember that. I'm glad you remember
small
this.
Tyler Moss got ran over by a 6'6".
He was on Biggest
guy.
Loser. He was obviously on the Biggest Loser.
Yeah, Biggest Loser.
I think I was 6 foot 160 at the time.
Yeah,
he clobbered me at home plate.
I remember that, and he got his next time at.
That's a good teammate, Tyler, because Ryan, after I'm literally seeing starts. There's golden spots as I'm getting up, and Ryan Chadwick here, who was pitching, he looks at me and he just pats his chest and he goes, "I got you." And next time up, that ball, and Ryan threw pretty hard. Right, that ball coming in high and tight. He got him. I believe, if I remember right, you had one of your teammates at UVU that you also hit.
I feel bad about that one.
The 1-2 and a good barrel right at the shortstop. Shortstop can't handle it. Runner went. Blake Sweat stands on second base, won't advance to third, but an error by the shortstop, and Wasatch has runners on first and second.
Yeah, that one was, I meant to hit him, just not where it hit him. It was Billy Burgess from Lone Peak, because he was probably 20 for 20 against us, never got him out, and figured, hey, rather than give up a double, triple, or a home run, let's just hit him.
May as well just give him a free bag to make it hurt.
But it kind of got away, and I think it hit him in, the back of the...
I think it was the helmet.
Right at the back of the helmet, got his neck. So I did apologize to him. We had several conversations about that at UVU, and I let him know. He remembered it too. So
got a mound visit here,
Tyler.
Tyler.
That's when you know you have a good fastball, is when you can remember when you got hit in high school.
I might have missed some of this, Tyler, but the mound visit here, this is bringing back some memories. Sitting here, because obviously I got a chance to catch for Ryan. It was a lot of fun.
I asked Ryan what a mound visit's like. I never had that experience in high
With
school.
Ryan, it was kind of funny because Ryan was good. And then the coaches would look at me and be like, Tyler, go visit. And I'd start walking down and Ryan would just be like, get off my mound. You're like, get out of here. Just like this aggressive pitch. I'm like, Ryan, I got to come out. Like the coach just told me to come out over here. He wanted no part of it because he was upset it wasn't going well. And sometimes those were pretty uncomfortable for me.
You know, sometimes you just want to go. You know you're not doing good, so a quick chat isn't going to change anything.
I hadn't learned the skills that catchers can do of firing the ball back at your ankles. If you were, like you yell at me as a catcher that I could throw it back at your ankles, and I was just hoping to get it back to the pitcher so the coaches didn't yell at me, for making the pitcher. They would say if you didn't get it perfect there right into the pitcher's chest, they were all over you, Ty.
It was like TJ North.
Oh, yeah.
As a catcher, he could throw harder as a catcher back to the pitcher than he could when he was pitching.
Yeah.
It was quite
Did he ever throw him down at your feet?
He wouldn't throw him at your feet. He'd just throw it as hard as he could.
Yeah. 0-1 the count here to Baxter as he takes strike one. Runners on first and second. The pitch. This is a ground ball, just foul down the first base side. 0-2 the count.
TJ, great curveball. He was a curveball pitcher.
He could throw lots.
And his fastball was, it was okay, but his fastball as a catcher going back to the pitcher was that was
more velocity there.
0-2 the count. Runners on first and second. Baxter in the box on the left-hand side. Hancock comes set. 3-2. Wasatch with the lead, trying to add on to it. The 0-2 outside corner, and he gets rung up on the pitch on the outside corner. Second K of the day for Baxter. 5th K on the day for Hancock. It's time for our 5th inning stretch here at Cedar Valley High School. Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage has loan options to fit every situation, from down payment assistance programs for first-time home buyers to government-sponsored programs for military families and rural residents, or jumbo loans in high-cost markets. Guild Mortgage has it all. Throw it over to you, Ty, for our Gordon Law Group inning-by-inning recap.
It's been a fun one here today, Ty. Wasatch fell down 1-0 in the first inning as Cedar Valley was able to capitalize on one run on no hits, which you don't like to hear that. Wasatch had a couple errors in the first inning. Cedar Valley was able to get a run across the board. But Braxton Fowler has been good all day long. 4 innings pitched, only giving up 4 hits on the day, 5 strikeouts on the day for the freshman, Tyler, and he settled in nicely. Wasatch was able to tie it up in the top of the third as they got their first run. Jacob Bradshaw, hitting in the 9th hole today for Wasatch, laid down a perfect drag bunt on the third base line. He was able to beat it out for a single and eventually worked his way around, ended up scoring on a missed squeeze play, but the pitch was so off in the dirt, the catcher bobbled it, and Bradshaw was able to slide by and score anyway, and that's how Wasatch tied it up 1-1. Cedar Valley in the bottom of the 4th was able to get their second run on a sac fly before Wasatch just now in the top of the 5th inning is able to push across 2 runs. Carter Bucad got things going with a triple to the left field fence, scoring Bridger Shaw, who had walked earlier in the inning, and then Blake Sweat came up with a big 2-out knock, scoring Bucad to give Wasatch the go-ahead run. 3-2 right now, and the big 2-out knock 90. Let's see how far they want to ride with him here today. Heading into the bottom of the 5th here. And if you're just joining us, having a lot of fun today, there's a sharply hit ball back up the middle on a 1-0 count. That'll be a single here for Cedar Valley to get the inning started in the right way. Single's going to go to Johnson, the leadoff hitter here for Cedar Valley. So this is the dangerous part of their lineup. Bride hitting .323 coming.
I may have slid to 3.
All right, well, you're going to have to duke that out. Danny
He
Ainge
just does not like it at all.
They don't deserve my money or my attention.
He might know more about the NHL at this point than the NBA.
Trying to do a little too much on that, Tyler. You need to know when you're
3-hitter with the base open. Ball 1.
Though, is I'm not sure Wasatch is done scoring. And
the wind, and it's just like that, a 4-3 lead with the runner on third base. Well, it was a 2-out, 2 RBI double from Johnson yesterday. They got the scoring going for the Aviators. Not a double this time, just goes off the glove, but it does bring in 2 runs now. 4 RBIs in the series for Johnson. Here we bring another trip to the mound. I think that's going to do it for Fowler. We'll go ahead and take a break. Wasatch trails now 4-3 here in the bottom of the 5th.
Are you ready for lunch? Well, the Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best foods with friends and family in the Valley and have been the winner of Best of State for 19 years. They've recently been named the official Best of Utah for their milkshakes. You've got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot, or you can try a turkey breast sandwich that tickles the taste buds. They've proudly been serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. That's the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. Stop in today.
Attention all sideliners. Economists and investors have said recently, if you are saving money and waiting to buy, I'd reconsider even at current interest rates. Reports have shown that the masses move or not move based on the behavior of interest rates. This is sidelining in our current environment. With most people using this information as their playbook, it leaves everyone doing the same thing at the same time, resulting in a basic but serious future crisis of supply and demand. So, come see me at Guild Mortgage and let's put you in the game.
Tombstone MLS 257849. Guild Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks. Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Timberline Ace Hardware, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years, is conveniently located at 737 South Main Street in the heart of Heber City.
Hi, this is Nicole with Mountain Refined Furnishings and Flooring. And if you didn't know, we've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
KTMP Heber City and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
The Gordon Law Group's your full-service local law firm practicing in all areas of the law. They take pride in.
It's a pretty good bunt. And Evans crashing hard. Tyler just needs to turn and fire that to first base. Fowler actually did a pretty good job of covering on the surprise squeeze play there, sprinting over from second base. He was there and ready, but I think Evans had in his mind the only option was to reach over and tag him. And now, Ty, just like we talked about a minute ago, the inning's starting to spiral out of control. 3 runs across the board already. And again, it comes in large part because of a freebie. Rather than having 1 out, 1 run across, and a runner on third, they may still squeeze there. But then you're at 2 outs, bases clear, and it's a 4-3 game. But those freebies just really kill you.
Swinging at the first pitch is Savert. He's going to sky this one to the shortstop. Bukad comes up, makes the play. First out of the inning finally, and it comes after Cedar Valley has scored 3 runs on 3 hits and an error. Still a runner on first base, 1 away, with Cedar Valley leading 5-3.
Well, you're just one good pitch from getting out of this here, right? Ground ball, second base, shortstop, turn it, go in, get the bats back going. Brian, what was your forte when you were pitching there at UVU? Ground ball, pitch to contact guy, strikeout, like what was the strategy you were going for?
Another bunt. It's
college game is, a lot of fastball feasters, so I kind of changed my approach and I worked on a 2-seam fastball and kind of turned into a contact pitcher. So it worked out great. First at bat. Impatient, pounded in the ground.
Pitches to spoil. In fact, to the point.
1-2 the count. Dog comes set, takes 2 looks, delivers the 1-2. Swung on and fouled again to that same spot.
I'm curious here, Ryan. Thinking through all the people you've seen baseball-wise, and you had to play over 200 games in college, right? I mean, you guys had 50-plus per year. Played all 4 years there. Saw a lot of baseball. Who's the toughest hitter you feel like you ever had a chance to pitch against?
Yeah.
And you don't have to say me. You can if you want to, but I mean.
Yeah, Tyler Barrett asked me that a little earlier. I think I went with C.J. Crone.
Oh, I missed that one, huh?
Just a big presence. I mean, he's, I don't know, 6'5", 6'6", just a big guy. But there's a lot of, back then, this is how old we are. It was the Pac-12 back then. But they had
almost
a lot of
Pac-10,
speed.
Because you're an old man, right? I think when you started, it wasn't Pac-10, wasn't it?
It was Pac-12. Did I say Pac-12?
You said Pac-12.
Pac-10. Sorry, I meant
Pac-10.
Pac-10.
Right?
Yeah, that's how old we are.
Well, that conference is dead now, Ryan. Like, it doesn't even
it's
exist anymore.
But they didn't have a lot of power. They had some guys who could hit power, but they had a lot of speed. And as a pitcher, dealing with speed is kind of a nightmare, especially if they get on base.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. So would you rather face a power hitter or a guy with just flying speed?
Yeah.
I think that was a missed call from the umpire there.
Yeah, it looked pretty good.
Out the belt height, and someone either has to hit that over the fence or call that as a strike, Tyler, because that's up in the zone, fastball there in the middle.
Yeah, I'd take the power hitter just because a lot of the speed guys, they can hit it on the ground and.
Does get the inside corner there, and Wasatch gets out of the inning. But 3 runs come in on 3 hits, 1 error. 1 runner is left on base. Wasatch has work to do as we go into the 6th. 5-3 the score.
Napa know-how.
Hi, this is Kendall Crittenden, Wasatch County Council member and a member of the Caring Community Coalition.
Wasatch Back Paint and Floor. That's right, Wasatch Back Paint and Floor is the official authorized Kelly Moore Paints outlet. You can now get premium Kelly Moore paints at your Heber Wasatch Back Paint and Floor. You'll love their high quality, long-lasting finishes for any home paint project. So if you're painting a single room, refreshing your front door, or doing a full repaint of your home, Wasatch Back Paint and Floor is the place to go for fine Kelly Moore paints. Stop by today. And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
It's the top of the 6th inning here at Cedar Valley High School. The Aviators have retaken the lead, and it's 5-3 right now in this one. Tie 6th inning action brought to you by Wasatch Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, your rehabilitation specialist dedicated to your total recovery from all injuries. Let Dan Ivan and his team get you back to 100%.
That was fun to have Ryan on, Ty. He's a good friend of ours, still really close. He's got a lot of baseball. He's pretty humble.
He's
pretty
too
modest.
humble,
Yeah.
Tyler. Honestly, he really is probably one of the best, if not the best, to come through Wasatch. And you just don't hear because he just doesn't talk himself up ever. Tyler, everything is just very calm and modest and humble. He was really good.
Dahl's going to hit here in the spot for Mahoney. Mahoney was 0 for 2. Dahl's going to come in and foul one off. Wasatch again trailing 5-3. It's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Shortstop fields it cleanly. It's Pincock who's back at short. New pitcher on the mound for Cedar Valley. 1 away on the 6-3 putout.
In fact, catching for a guy like Ryan Chadwick, Tyler, which I had to do, it was so easy because you just would put your glove there and he would just hit the target, Tyler, and you had no other option other than to catch it. It was just coming so hard, so fast, and just would pop right in the glove, and he was so good. And Ty, he wasn't the only one. That staff on that 2006 team had 3 just really, really good pitchers. Brennan Hallows, lefty, eventually went down and was a standout at CEU. Bo Mayer had a really good arm as well, Ty. Good staff.
1-1 the count here to Fowler, who's 0 for 1 today. Walked in his first at bat and then grounded out of the shortstop in his second. Kyron Stock 1, and that one's in there for a strike. 1-2 now the count. First pitch, high and outside for ball 1.
everyday garden supplies, decor, and more. From our personal gardener to our new bulk yard, where we offer large variety of soil, mulches, and decorative rock. Come see what we have in store. Country Gardens and Nursery, 14.
Elevate your banking experience.
Big O Tires in Heber is your one-stop.
Diamond in time, one away.
That's a good question, Tyler. Not having a whole lot of time to think about that. I know it seemed like a half a dozen times, legitimately a half a dozen times, that he had a no-hitter right on the verge.
Time, 2 away.
Well, this could be a quick inning, so I better get to the point here on this one, Tyler. Our senior year, we got invited. The team was pretty good. They came into the season ranked #1 in the state, and we got invited to a national tournament in Las Vegas that was hosted by Bishop Gorman. And we were in the showcase game, the Friday night Bishop Gorman 7 o'clock game, and we took on Bishop Gorman, and Ryan got that start, Ty, and he was really good in that game. Wasatch ended up losing. It was, again, a similar story to what we've talked about all this year with this Wasatch team. It was errors as to why Wasatch lost. Bishop Gorman actually didn't out-hit or outplay Wasatch as far as driving in runs. Wasatch kind of was toe-to-toe on their production, but errors ended up losing that. But Ryan was really good in that game. In fact, good enough that I remember standing with him after the game, Tyler, talking and being just in amazement as a Houston Astros scout came up and started talking with Ryan and gave him his card. We'd never seen anything, like that up in Heber Valley at small little 3A Wasatch High School, but he was impressive, and the scouts were there, the radar guns were on, and he showed out in that game.
2-1 the count here to the leadoff hitter Johnson. He's going to elevate this one to right field. Colton Bassett goes over, makes the play, and Wasatch gets the 1-2-3 inning they need. There's 3 outs left. Wasatch needs to score 2 to extend it. It's 5-3 going into the 7th.
Hey there, Heber City. Are you tired of dings, dents, and scrapes ruining the beauty of your beloved vehicle? Look no further than Robards Collision, the ultimate destination for all your auto body needs. At Robards Collision, they've been offering top-notch collision repairs and outstanding customer service. Their team of expert technicians is passionate about bringing your car back to its original glory, no matter the size of damage. Their state-of-the-art facility is equipped with cutting-edge technology, ensuring precise and accurate repairs. They handle it all with precision and care.
Chad here from Mountain West Trailers. Celebrating 20 years in business, we know you value strength and reliability. Whether it's for work or play, our dump and equipment trailers are built to last. Enclosed cargo trailers for business and fun, or open utility trailers for everything in between. With expert sales, parts, and service, we've got you covered. Mountain West Trailers is always right behind you. Visit us at mountainwesttrailer.com or stop by at 1470 South Highway 40 here in Heber.
This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Seventh inning action brought to you by Physical at the Fit Stop. Do you sometimes feel dizzy or unstable? If so, Physical at the Fit Stop has good news. Falls are preventable. Give them a call at 435-654-5607 for a free fall risk assessment. Let's see how you can improve your balance and regain your freedom. Ty Ryan had to take off because he was headed over to dinner at his brother Nick's place. And Nick in high school was right up there with Ryan. Really, really good pitcher. 2 years older than
Nick
Ryan.
had a D1 scholarship
he
himself.
Had an option.
Yeah.
He had an option to go pitch in college as well. Very, very good pitchers. That one misses high for ball one. It'll be Bridgershaw, Bradshaw, and then back up to the top of the order to Carter Bucad. And the top of the order's been good for Wasatch. If we can get a couple guys on base, Wasatch should be able to make a run here. It's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman. Second baseman Johnson fields it cleanly, takes an extra hop, throws it over to first base. And that's now 4 straight retired for Ryan on the mound.
Well, Ty, opportunities are shrinking. 2 outs remain for this Wasatch team. Remember, this loss is probably going to put them on the outside looking in of the RPI, Tyler. They're number 24 in the RPI. Only 24 teams make it to the postseason, and they're only 0.4 percentage points, .04, Tyler, percentage points over the next team, and a loss would, for all intents and purposes, drop them down below that number 25 team that's sitting behind them. So need to find a way to rally here. They won't be done yet. They've got 2 more games to try to bounce back up in the RPI if they fall here today. But Ty, you just don't want to leave it down to those final games because a lot of strange things can happen with other teams playing senior night games and teams getting wins that shouldn't get wins, and weather and all the different things that go into it. You really need to find a way to get back in this one.
It's 5-3, 1 away here in the top of the 7th. Wasatch down to their final 2 outs. Bradshaw in the box on the left-hand side with Bucott on deck. This one's going to be a hard rope through the 3-4 hole. Nice line drive base knock there for the number 9 hitter, Bradshaw. He now has 2 hits on the day, 2 for 3, and now 2 for 6 in the series. And Wasatch brings up the tying run at the plate with Carter Bucott.
Jacob's a great example of a lot of things that are missing in today's society, Tyler. He didn't play for the first half of the season here for Wasatch. Just didn't even get any opportunities in the first couple weekends in St. George. And Ty, a lot of kids will just quit. They'll just jump out there and say, I'm done. Jacob stuck with it, and when his opportunity came up, he's been pretty good over the last couple weeks for Wasatch. In fact, I'm going to jump in and do some quick calculations, but I think that hit is probably going to get him pretty close to hitting 300 on the year now, Ty, after just kind of waiting for his time and finding his way into the lineup. He's been good.
Carter Bucott's had a good day today, Ty. 2 for 3, a double, a triple, and an RBI and a run scored. And then Blake Sweat on deck also with a single and an RBI. The 1-0 misses high again. So 2-0 the count. This is the first time Mortenson's had to work out of the stretch with a runner on base. Had retired 4 straight since coming in to the game in the top of the 6th. Comes set, Bradshaw, decent lead over first base. The 2-0. And that one just missed from Carter. Foul ball.
Ty, that hit did put Jacob over 300. He's up to 315 now on the year after that knock.
Is it 1-1 or 2-1? I thought it was 2-1.
I've got 2-1, Ty. But
Ryan
I also was lost in the stat book, so I wouldn't take my saying here with too much confidence.
Misses again. Moves the count to 3-1. Umpire just put up 3. So 3-1 the count. 1 away, Blake Sweat on deck. Bradshaw takes another good lead over first base. Haven't seen a pickoff move at all from Ryan. Pitch coming in from the dugout, taking a little bit too long, and Ryan will step off the back of the mound. God takes back in the box. Ryan comes set, delivers the 3-1. And it's going to be a hard ground ball to the second baseman. Johnson flips it to the shortstop. Shortstop to first base, not in time. Nearly got away from the first baseman. Good job there from Blodgett to keep it in front of him. But the fielder's choice ground out. Now moves Wasatch to their final out with Blake Sweat coming up to the plate.
Bradshaw hustling down the line. Made that pretty close, Ty. If you're Cedar Valley, that's a pretty risky fielder's choice on the high chopper. You have a sure out over at first base if you go with it. They gambled and tried to get 2. Nearly went Wasatch's way.
5-3 the score. Down to the final out are the Wasps. Carter Bucott on second base. Pitch gets away from the catcher. Bucott's run really doesn't matter, but that now makes it a little bit tougher. You don't have a fielder's choice ground out anymore on the force out. So runner on second base with Blake Sweat up. 1-0 the count. Nice to get a couple of doubles here back-to-back. Tie this ball game up 5-5.
If you're thinking about a long ball here, Tyler, fence down the left field line, only 315, but the wind now blowing straight in from left field. Gonna be really hard to get anything out of the yard here right now. You would have to hit that ball a mile, Tyler, to get it over the fence. Probably not the option that's in play.
That one in there for a strike, so 1-1 now the count. Ryan comes set, takes a look at Bucott, delivers the 1-1. Misses outside, 2-1 now the count. Been fortunate to have back-to-back home games last couple of weeks with Wasatch baseball and lacrosse. Not so tonight, lacrosse senior night at Wasatch High School. The 2-1 gets the called strike on the outside corner. 2-2 now the count with 2 outs.
That's a tough call there, Tyler. Not because it's not necessarily a strike. He's been calling a lot of that today, but it just puts a little doubt in the hitter's mind on this 2-2 count of what's a strike and what's not and what you need to cover.
The 2-2 goes with the off speed. It's a lazy fly ball to right field. Right fielder battling the sun and makes the play. And that'll do it. Wasatch will fall 5-3 to the Cedar Valley Aviators. Stick around for our Timberline Ace Hardware postgame show coming up after the break.
Unlock your potential at Bonnie Joseph Academy here in Heber. Explore the art of barbering, basic aesthetic, cosmetology, master aesthetic, and nail technician programs. Visit bonniejosephacademy.edu to enroll today. Financial aid is available for qualified.
To be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks. Our locally owned Ace stores are committed to helping our neighbors and our communities. And because we're in the neighborhood, we can deliver almost anything you need. So shop in store or online for whatever your home or yard needs. Choose from top brands like Milwaukee, Steel, Traeger, and Benjamin Moore.
One falls to 4-18 on the year, 1-11 in region play. Ty, throw it over to you for our Dorius Dental game recap.
Well, Ty, this one was a back-and-forth game. Wasatch certainly had a chance at it. Cedar Valley took a 1-0 lead in the first on 2 errors that led to a run. They actually didn't get a hit in the inning, and Wasatch was held scoreless for the first 2 innings. But into the third, Jacob Bradshaw got things going for Wasatch, a bunt single. He was able to work his way around. One in the 4th inning, Cedar Valley retook the lead. Tyler, a sac fly, was able to score a runner there at third base, and Cedar Valley took a 2-1 lead after the 4th inning. Braxton Fowler pitched for Wasatch through the first 4, and he was really good for Wasatch, keeping them in the game. Into the 5th, Wasatch took their first lead of the game as they scored 2 runs, highlighted by a Bridger Shaw walk, a Carter Bucad triple, and a Blake Sweat single that scored Bucad, and Wasatch led 3-2. But it was a short-lived lead. Right down into the bottom of the 5th inning, Cedar Valley was able to capitalize and get 3 runs off of a couple hits to start the inning and then an error, and they took the state tournament, needing to win their last 2 games against Timpview High School Monday and Tuesday next week if they want to have a chance to sneak into the tournament. Wasatch had some standouts. Tyler, 5 hits on the day for Wasatch. On the day, a double and a triple, RBI and a run scored for Carter. He's going to be your Bank of Utah offensive standout. The story is the free ones, but it's not walks or hit by pitch this time. Only one.
Ty, just quick.
Front of me right now, but he